Live. Okay, we are live. Hello, good morning. My name is Giras Mufo. I'm so happy to be with you this Saturday, 25th of January 2020. It's another great day, and we are shooting this live broadcast today from the heartbeat of Africa in Douala, Cameroon. I'm joining my voice to the thousands of voices around the whole world to talk to you about TBC. It's a great time for us to have another new live broadcast. Bonjour à toute la communauté mondiale. C'est un immense plaisir pour moi de vous avoir sur ce live ce matin. On est là samedi le 25 janvier de l'an 2020 et on est tellement ravis. Il fait beau temps dehors et on est tellement ravis pour faire ce live ce matin avec vous. So, as you can see, I'm not alone this morning. I'm with Mr. Kembe Joseph, and he is going to present himself before we start the live. Mr. Kembe Joseph, present yourself and tell us who you are and why are you so grateful to be on this live broadcast this morning.
Yes, please to all the community of the TBC of worldwide. I'm one of the leaders among others who are members of the TBC community, and we are here this morning, very happy, very pleased, so as to let people know once more what the TBC community holds out, what the TBC
Continue speaking.
the TBC community holds out for everybody and for all the people around. So we want this message to go far and wide, so that this is a cryptocurrency. This is a cryptocurrency and digital money, as I'm saying it, please, that people should, in fact, if you don't know of it, why not listen to the live broadcast? Why not endeavor? Why not contact us and take part and get the tips of it, which will be able to enhance, if not your life now and in the near future.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kembe Joseph. It's another great day. I'm so happy. He's one of the great divisions in the TBC community. We are all members of the mass adoption team. You know, come 2020, we are with the MA team that are called the MA team is the mass adoption team. I titled the live broadcast of today, Mass Adoption Team MA2, sincerity and hard work is taking us along. So we of the mass adoption, as we say it, if you're new in the TBC community, what is the mass adoption team? The mass adoption team are people that have stood at the forefront of TBC in order to build the TBC community according to the vision and the mission which the magnanimous creator of TBC, that is the admin of TBC, as the architect, has put in place as the architectural structure of which you need to follow. So the builders are those that have put themselves in the forefront of the TBC community and are building daily. So the sincerity and the hard work we are putting in to build this TBC community is what is going to make us to move from the ground right up to the level of which we are going. Don't forget that we are to have at least 1 billion people to be members of this community. So each and every one that is participating in the mass adoption team, I think of recent, we have about 50,000 and more people that have enrolled for this mass adoption thing among the 5 point something million that have been enrolled in the TBC community. So a selected few of 1,111 members are to be in this mass adoption team. If you're still lacking behind, this is the opportunity for you to sit up and belong to this team, because the privileges and the advantages and all the necessary tools will be impacted on this team, and they are the ones to run the economy of TBC. So how are we sincerely building it up? For me, sincerity is all about being just with ourselves, because it takes a lot of hard work to be sincere with one. They say, do it when nobody is watching, as if the Almighty was watching you. So what should we do? They have told us to at least send out 100 we are hiring posts on Facebook, on social media every day in order to recruit new people. Are you sincere about that? Are you doing that? Mr. Tembi Joseph, how are you being sincere about the mass adoption team as far as we are members? So, what is your take as being sincere to build a community with a mass adoption team?
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me this position and the chance to talk as a member of the mass adoption team. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. In fact, please, I'm not sleeping. I'm working hard because it is through this mass adoption team that the vibrance of its importance will go up, will go worldwide, and will let people to know how they can come out, how they through the mass adoption team will be able to help masses of people come out from their poverty state, will help people come out from their misery, will help people, in fact, to see how what God created as an abundance to us was taken away or has been taken hold by a few. So, what is helping me is that I don't sleep, I work well, I let the information for people to know. I'm helping many people to know about it and then to come and then integrate themselves as become members in this mass adoption team.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Joseph. It's really awesome that you said or you said all the things that you were saying. And I would just add by saying that it's all about not you creating new strategies, but all the strategies have already been given into the in the TBC community by the admin of TBC. You need just to go to your back office, that is the KCBO, and you enroll new members. And if you're new in the TBC community and you don't know how to enroll new members, guys, we have been there for quite a time and we have been taught on how to run this thing great. You can contact us if you're watching this video for your first time. You can go below it, you click on the subscription button and hit on the bell. Whenever another video will be on the air, you're going to be informed on how you need to make yourself be in alignment with the TBC community. So we are talking about sincerity this morning because it's being sincere by what you do and what you're doing daily that you help build the TBC community. There are a lot of people that are dragging their legs behind because they are talking on things that are not in alignment with the vision of a community and particularly a private community like us. Most of the time when I was discussing with former TBCians, they were bringing a lot of ideas that were not commode. Some were trying to make a lot of drama around TBC, but I understood them. It's just because they are not in depth with TBC and they're not doing what is being asked to be done daily, of which, if you follow it, the results are going to speak for themselves. So, the sincerity is all about being in alignment, doing what every leader is doing, like the great trainings of Leader Mbediri. He demonstrated and showed with clear facts and with effective performance what each and every mass adoption team leader should be doing. And I believe that if you take time and you watch these videos and you sit up and you are sincere with yourself, do what you are asked to be done, and don't even think that nobody is watching you and keep doing it. Your results are going to be phenomenal. And that is what I've been doing, and that is what have been keeping me great in the TBC community. Guys, TBC is more than gold. TBC is our birthright being given back to us. And being our birthright being given back to us, we are a community. And being a community, guys, in the last post before the admin of TBC I want to share my screen with you. The last post the admin of TBC talked about, which has to do with, it was to do with, let me see, it was to do with the clear two legal statements. That is, access your birthright with your face. Yes, in this article, access your birthright with your face, there is something that was very, very interesting that took my attention, and I want us to really point it out today and make it very clear to everyone. The stewardship, I think that sentence should be somewhere around here or a bit. That sentence should be somewhere around here, or it should be somewhere around here. Let me see. We're going to come out with it as we read. I want to point out the stewardship over TBC coin in each of your wallet is protected from government interference through our multi-layer jurisdiction structure. I wanted this statement multi-layer jurisdiction, now let me take it from here. Uh, our multi-layer jurisdictional structure. What is our multi-layer jurisdictional structure? What do we mean by this? What is the admin of TBC talking of at this particular point in time? The admin of TBC at this particular point in time is talking about how we in the TBC community are being protected from the currency we are using, and who are the ones protecting us from the currency we are using. Guys, if you go down to this statement down, if you go down to the statement, you're going to get a good understanding of who we are being protected from. Who we are being protected from. I think this is where we are. The overcharging umbrella of our jurisdiction is Pantera Doro. Most people in the TBC communities doesn't know, they don't know what is Pantera Doro. I have done personal research of Pantera Doro. Pantera Doro is one of the greatest private society that has been existing for quite a long time. And Pantera Doro is the mother body legal binding, that is lawful binding body that has an umbrella over TBC. They said never touch TBC due to our belonging to Pantera Doro. So guys, we have nothing to be afraid of. We have nothing to think otherwise. Others are speaking or are doing things the way they are doing because they don't know what Pantera Doro is all about. So do your detailed research. You can just type the name Pantera Doro, which is headed by the great person of King Cousin. And if you do your detailed research on the internet, you're going to have a good understanding. Even in your Kringelbach office, I believe there's a lot of private information that has to do with Pantera Doro, of which you have to listen. You come to this video. I hope it was personal, but the admin of TBC told us last time that we are a private society. I hope people that are to look at this video, they are purely members of the TBC community. You come to this private education for active members only. Do not read the content on this page on a broadcast or copy, paste, and do whatsoever. So I'm just showing this for you to come and read and understand what Pantera .oro is all about, and you can come and read the mission statement of TBC to get a whole knot of what it's all about. So why can't we be sincere? We are sincere because we are doing something that is very lawful in the TBC community, and we are not afraid of any other thing from whatsoever body they may be. So guys, it's something that we are so grateful to be part of it, and we are not being disgruntled as people may think. So reading through this article, you see that what we have our birthright with us. And the second aspect that has to do with the jurisdictional structure is what? This is it. I may point it out here. The next layer of our jurisdiction is our private contract association, and within that is a multi-generational legacy trust. Private contract association. What is a private contract association? What is a generational legacy trust? I may think Mr. Kemi Joseph will give us an idea for himself what he understands by these two words, a private contract association and a multi-generational legacy trust. For us to have an in-depth, because guys, I've gone a long way to understand what all these things are all about, and I'll be dishing them to you progressively, because they say what Understanding give concern, understanding give better interpretation, and understanding make us to run with what we have. So if you are not able to break down these wordings and understand what they are, you may be in the position of which many of other TBCians are, of which they're supposed not to be, because they are not on the understanding of this word. So Mr. Kimbi Joseph, can you just tell us one or two things as far as these two maxims or these two jurisdictional umbrella that are covering TBC all about? The second, we have talked about the first, and the second is the private contract association and the generational legal trust. So what is your take on it?
Yes, please. Thank you very much for uh, letting me say something on these two cardinal points of the TBC. Please, really, I may not have all the necessary point like a jury, like a jury, but
Or a legal binding person,
yeah,
yeah.
like a legal binding person. But what I would say is just that these two cardinal points put out by the TBC or the administration of TBC is giving confidence, giving confidence to whosoever or those that wants to integrate in the platform of the TBC community should do so without fear of failure or without fear of anything, because people nowadays they have that fear, those conceptions of fear, which makes them to say, where am I going? What is this community? What is this society in which I'm going in? So that is what the TBC.
And when you talk about society, don't you know that most of the time when we have the idea of society in our different, in our local environment here, people think of a secret society. How can you distinguish the criminal private society from the view that people have of a secret society?
Yeah. So when we're, here, when we talk of, or when we touch that point of a society with the TBC community, we don't mean a secret society. That is what a secret society, that is, we may, excuse me for just bringing out something like people have in their memories like Nyongo and such thing. So it is not a secret, it is not that type of a secret society, but this society which is private, they are private from the others. So they are not carrying out spiritistics.
Means that they are not drinking blood, they are not killing people, they are
uh,
not doing rituals, they are not doing everything that has to be termed black and making that is sending people for money rituals,
yeah,
or killing people in order to make money. You're not in this. They are not pedophilia. They are not how do they call it again? They are not lesbians. They are not all the negative things that we heard about private society. So
yes.
what makes TBC more different as a private society from this other society? Because these are ideas that people most of the time when you talk about the criminal private society, they quickly think around all this. How can you overshadow all this in order to permit them to understand that we are talking about a humanitarian philanthropic,
Yeah.
philanthropic, that is what was that term that we used to use in our article again? That term has escaped my mind. uh, that term was what? That we are dealing in philanthropy and we are a community based on abundance. So our focus is abundance and we move with love and respect. So on that stand, we can better understand that we are dealing with a clear society. So what is your take as far as that is concerned?
Yeah, please. Thank you. So we really just all the points you've spoken, you've brought out are the points that, in fact, clarify this misconception in the minds or preconception in the people's minds that scares them this last day whenever they want to venture or whenever they want to find themselves. It may be, in fact, in a very important company like Amount, which is purely cryptocurrency and digital money inclined. So here, their privacy, simply means that they they have their structure belongs to them. They own no people. They are on their self. So they operate. They have no debts. They are debt free, and they don't get them. There is not a society that gets involved in ritualistics
Manipulation and
manipulations. Exactly.
engagement and all that.
Yes. So that is simple as that, please.
Okay, okay. We thank you, Mr. Kendi Joseph, for that those analyses and those clues that are also for us to understand that TBC is a fully independent, private, funded, self-funded community of which the members are the ones making TBC to function. They are the ones do everything necessary for TBC to have a stay. And we have talked about the hard work that you need to do and of which we are doing for TBC to grow since its inception in March 2016. We are about 4 years of growth and we have moved from very far to where we are today. So, guys, if we haven't killed somebody up to now, we haven't done any rituals, therefore means that gathering 5 million and plus people around the whole world is something that TBC is doing very great and will continue to be doing great as we are working very hard towards our objective of touching 1 million people around the whole world. So, guys, talking about the legal trust or the private contract association. A private contract is a contract that you take an engagement between individuals and they free willingly join in a contract. So each and everyone that entered the TBC community free willingly join or associate with the TBC community, and you have your voice as far as the functioning and the smooth working of the TBC community is concerned. And talking about the transgenerational legal trust. What is a trust? A trust is a property, or a trust is some sort of guarantee given to somebody to keep. So you will get in the TBC community, will talk of the master trust and the sub account trust. The master trust is the person who is the overseer of TBC, which is the admin of TBC, which has an office, and that office is the one that is the privy council to watch the overseer to see that everything is functioning globally. Guys, you excuse me to use legal terms to first of all talk about this before I break it down. So a trust is that is a sub trust account is the belonging of the main trust or the master trust. So our TBC accounts are sub trusts and the main trust is belonging to the Kringle Private Society. This is because what? The way the world has been constructed with the financial capitalistic fundamentals has made it in such a way that any community that functions like the way the public communities are functioning, the state is going to intervene and tax you. But once we are in a private community, which is a trust binding body, the state does not have any intervention in a lawful community which is private. So we are being protected from our sub-trust account from that aspect. And why is it transgenerational? Is because what? We are the first generation and TBC is not going to last today. TBC is starting and TBC is going. Whether you do it or you're not doing it, whether you're in one part of the world you're not concerned, in the other parts of the world, TBC is continuing. And TBC will live from this generation to the generation that is coming and from to the next generation. That's why they say newborn babies are allowed to take sub-trust accounts in TBC because this generation is going to allow it to the next generation and the next generation is going to carry it all along depending on the lawful binding body that is protecting TBC. So guys, we are talking about something that is lawful and even more than being legal. And so that is what should make us to be very sincere and be very hardworking as far as this big idea of the Kringle Private Society is all about. There are a lot of things as far as this Kringle Private Society is all about. It's not only about the medium of exchange, which is TBC, or we call it the Kringle coin, but they are community-based projects that are coming in. There are humanitarian projects that are coming in because we are out for love and respect. You quite know in the Bible they say that word. The greatest commandment that was left by Christ to to his followers was that word: love your neighbor like you love yourself. So in the TBC community, we are out to share love one another like we love ourselves. We are out to respect every human being because everything that was created, or every human being that was created by the Creator, who is God Himself, depending on your religious background, is having a purpose. And once everything has a purpose, everything deserve and respect and deserve to be dignified. So that is why we move in love and respect of the creatures that privately, individually, willingly associate to our community. So, guys, this is something that we need to really have it in heart. And once we understand it and we have it in our heart, the sincerity that it moves along with us is going to go a long way. Now, being a member of the mass adoption team, what should we do? How should we go around these things? How should we be reacting? So, what should we be doing? We should do everything necessary to stick to the instructions, to do what is being asked of us. Just like we are having a TBC dance challenge that is taking on now is going to be probably off by the end of this month. That is the 31st of January. So each and everyone need to do everything necessary in order to have that opportunity to participate in this dance challenge. So everything that we need to do is to do everything necessary in order to Okay, we probably had some internet broaches there, but I believe everything is okay. Let's read our messages before we go. We have Yahoo Paul Kaku from Côte d'Ivoire. Leader Yahoo Paul, on te salue, on est tellement content de vous saluer. Merci de nous rejoindre sur notre live. Ça nous fait, ça nous touche, ça nous flatte énormément dans notre cœur. Restez scotchés sur TBC. TBC est plus que de l'or. TBC est venu nous donner notre droit de naissance. Donc, quand on a l'opportunité de venir partager avec nous tous, on peut le faire. La prochaine fois, je vais vous partager le lien. Si vous venez, vous pouvez directement entrer et donner votre participation en live. Okay, Mr. Kimber Joseph, what is your last word for this live broadcast today concerning sincerity and hard working that is leading us through in the TBC community?
Yeah, thank you. So, my last word that I will have to say concerning this mass adoption for TBC is that people should not be afraid. They should not be scared. They should have that anxiety. They should have the anxiety, even if you don't understand what the TBC community means. Please try to approach a leader, or if a leader of the TBC community approaches you, be patient, listen to him, what he's saying, so that it's from there that you can come to understand exactly what the TBC community is and what is the mission of the TBC community and what is it's important to all those are coming into TBC right now. So please, we thank you very much for listening to us, and we say a good year for you people. And I we say a good, a happy new
year
year,
for
happy new year,
for
yes,
all televisions around the whole
for
world.
all divisions around.
And see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kembe Joseph, have you danced? Have you done your video for the TBC dance challenge?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
yeah.
Yes, I'm gearing up. I'm gearing up.
Okay,
I'm
I
gearing
am
up.
already ready. I've been training for 1 week. I'm going to shoot my video this coming week. You're going to see my video for the TBC Dance Challenge. Guys, it has been an awesome moment for us to dish in certain realities as concerned the mass adoption team of TBC 2020. We are on the mass adoption team. We are chanting this mantra, mass adoption team 2020. We are going to make TBC to be great, and we are going to open the economy of TBC by 2020. So guys, stay tuned to this channel, and if you haven't subscribed watching this video, go down to the menu, click on subscription and click the bell. Whenever another video will be on, you will be alerted. And one word, we say what? TBC is our bell right. TBC is my bell right. TBC is your bell right. See you for another edition. Bye bye. Have a nice day.